Hello again, this is Red with RedDragonLeo.com. It is March the 5th, 2012. This is part 2 of the latest post here entitled Over 100 Plus Bankers Resign Worldwide as the Illuminati, Satanist, Cabalists lose more grip on a sheep, as Ben Fulford explains. We'll get to Ben Fulford here in a moment, but I was going over the charts here for you and going over some other stuff. We covered this, so you can watch these two videos at your leisure. I do believe this guy's telling the truth, but Brett Stillings, he's basically saying we're going down another timeline in which Armageddon does not happen. It's just a quick recap that I went over in the first video. In the first time, in the other timeline, it was either August 2010 or August 2011. Los Angeles was hit with an earthquake, and Washington D.C. was under 50 foot of water. This guy confirms this in his video, and he says he was told that it was going to happen in September of 2010. Then he later thought it was 2011 because he just got the year wrong. But this guy is also someone who speaks of fear in his video, which is not what is needed to defeat these gangsters. Love is what we need. So this guy's either putting out disinformation unknowingly, or he's working for the gangsters and putting it out on purpose. I won't make that judgment. I don't know. He could just be simply caught up in the fear state. You know, it happens to us all. You get sucked in, and so that happens. Also, in the other video, I spoke of a person named Enelia Benz, and I'll pull up her video or her website, which is called Ascension101.com. She is someone who is sent here. This is Enelia right here, Enelia Benz. Anyway, I do believe her. She is a light worker that was sent here and has pretty much told the same thing. Raise the frequency. Everybody that I'm talking with here or learning from on these various websites, blogs, videos that they do, radio interviews that they do, same thing. It's about raising the frequency level, and you do that through love and caring, and then we will survive and pass on to another a better earth. So and I think that's where we're at. Nice little website she's got here, and so definitely, if you get the chance, go ahead and take a chance to check out her site. Again, it is Ascension101.com. I thought I'd put this here on my blog roll. Possibly I did not, and I'll have to add that on there. So Dolores Cannon, in case you forget, she also is one who also mentioned that here she is, like an 80-some-year-old woman, and she spoke with many of the different races, and it's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. There's different earths that we can go through. She speaks of looking at Earth splitting in half, but not really splitting, more like an egg cell, a little cell dividing in half, and there being two Earths. And I definitely believe that it's an indication that we've went down another timeline, is essentially what it's saying. But back to this reality we live in called the Matrix and the stock market. I do still see a crash coming. I definitely think that's going to happen. They are putting some stuff out there again to distract the sheep, to fool you, and to get you to go long right now, when I believe you should be inching into short positions. We have a turn date here, March the 8th, the full moon. That is this Wednesday, as well as having a 3.5 and 3.5 2 days following that on the 10th and 11th, I believe. So this tells me that we are going to turn this week. I think it's going to be later in this week. Wednesday, Thursday, we might see the top, and that will turn. We should turn down. I counted the days here from 7/21 to 2011 to 10/4/2011. There's 55 trading days there. I'm sorry, 52 trading days in that one, and then 55 trading days in this one. So when it gets up there in the 50s, I'm not specifically pinpointing 54 or 52. When it gets up there in the 50s, it tends to have a turn. And it just lines up nice with other stuff. The other stuff being the full moon, the astrology. Okay, then other stuff like the news that they're putting out there. There's also there's an 11-week cycle as well, which I talk about here as well. But the news that I'm talking about is things like this story here with Bloomberg News that is basically saying that Israel is going to invest in U.S. equities today. They put that out Friday. Why? Because they want you to go long. It's quite simple. You know, they want you to fall into this trap to think that, oh, here's another QE whatever, QE4, QE5, QE10, you know, whatever you want to call it, because they put many of them into the market that just did not give it an announcement. And of course today, what do you see in the market? You see a big sell-off in Apple, and not so much in the market, but it's bigger in Apple. And you know, they're telling you this to get you to go long. So you should be doing the opposite and inching into short positions. Now the thing that we have not hit out there, of course, is the 138 fake print yet. We have come awful close to it, but not hitting it. So that is of concern. And when we look over here at the charts here, we see that we were, let's see, how close have we been? Looks like that was it right there, and that was 138.19. 138.86, this old fake print, we still have not hit. So, you know, that's something to wonder about. Are we going to go up here one more time and hit it? You know, as far as I can see right now, it looks like this is a bear flag on the market today. So, you know, the top could be in today. I'm just saying, I know that I believe we're going to have a turn this week. I think it's going to be a little later in the week, but it could very well start today. So because we are on the 51st day today from the previous low, and so this, you know, down sideways consolidation. What is that? A bear flag. What do you see here? The market looks like it wants to go down. It's probably going to try to make it right back up above the zero line, then roll over. So we could have already put in our high today, quite possibly. So so that is that. So we have not hit the fake print yet. So that's of a concern. But the fact that they're putting this information out there for you guys to go long, you know, you should be doing the opposite. Same thing with this announcement by the gangsters. I'm sure they leaked this out as well, stating that the date is set for the Greek default, March the 23rd. How nice of them to tell us in advance so that we can get short in ahead of time. And you and I know that they are not going to tell us exactly what is going to happen. This stuff is leaked out there. You know, we do not get the information in a timely manner. You know, let's go back and let's look at exactly what has happened with the dollar since Lindsey Williams came on and had cut last week or week before that and started talking about the dollar going to collapse. What has it done? Well, I'd say, if I recall, this was the period he was talking about the dollar going to collapse. Right in here. So what has it done? It has went up. Now, I do not believe that Lindsey is the bad guy here. I still believe he is only given the message that the gangsters are given to him. It's just that they give it to him in at a time period that benefits them the most. They want to get people short the dollar, and because they know they're going to run it up as the market corrects a little bit. Now, sure, it's going to correct, it's going to crash and be devalued 40% overnight, just like Lindsay says, and that will happen later this year when we do not know when it's going to happen. It's going to surprise us all. Lindsay probably will be quiet the month prior to it because they won't give him no information. You know, they're not. They're using Lindsay. I'm sure he knows it. Hopefully he does, but he is being used, and so. You know, the best you can hope for maybe is a little pop. Maybe this bear flag plays out and this drops down a little bit as it goes down here. You know, I don't know, but most likely this will trade sideways for a while until it pops out. At the same time, the market is going to do what it does, and probably it may, I don't know, it may drop down for the bear flag, maybe into this area of support, turn and go back up for a back test. We see that a lot. We see back tests a lot, and then fall down later this week. So, you know, I've seen that here. If we go over here to Ron Walker's charts here, and you look here at the 60-minute chart, how he's drawn this right here, nice rising wedge, and obviously this is where we're at now. You know, I could expect it to drop down, hit this level support, come right back up and back test this line later this week. It's just the way they play the game. It's the way they do it. Okay? So, on this time period, March 23rd, I believe this is when we'll hit bottom. It lines up perfectly with the chart right here, which the new moon is on March the 22nd, so that's a turning date period. So I think we're going to turn there, and then also it lines up perfectly with this. If you look at this and you count the days down right here, you got about 9 days. I believe this was a wave 1, and I'll go ahead and get my little thing out to mark this for you, and so that you can see it. And we'll do another color. We'll do red. But essentially, I believe this whole move here. I shouldn't have done that, should I? Okay, so I believe this move here was a wave 1. Here was a wave 2. Here's your wave 3. And here's going to be your wave 4. Probably down to about this area here. And then we're going to go up for wave 5. To complete this final 5th wave. And when I say final 5th wave, I mean this whole big wave right here, I believe, is a wave 5. Okay, so let's see, let's go ahead and exit out of that. And this is not March 9th again, this should be March 8th, sorry. So, but a nice move down like this to come into support right here around this area. As you can see, this area right here is connecting this high and this high, so it's an important high. There also happens to be the 50-day moving average somewhere around 1316, so that would be my best guess as a target as to where we're going to go. And if you count forward 9 days starting from this Thursday, which I think is going to be approximately when we're going to start down, Thursday or maybe Friday, you count 9 days forward and you're going to get like the 21st or 22nd. So it's right in that time period that, and again, it doesn't have to be 9 days. It could easily be 10 days. I'm just saying 9 days because that's about what the other one was. And I expect a wave 4 down to be similar to a wave 2, and that's why. So it should be right into that time period. You should probably bottom right on that day that everybody thinks it's going to crash because of the Greek default. So that is what I see there for the charts there. And then the other thing that I wanted to cover here was Ben Fulford here, his latest, and he shows that Timothy Geithner is squealing like a pig. He was detained. I don't know if he was officially arrested, but he's detained, and he gave all kinds of information. He's scared to death about what's going on. This is Ben Fulford's latest post. I forgot to put his picture in here. I'll go back and put that in there, his picture. But and he talks about all the people that people are starting to come out and say these people are involved in it, and these are some of the gangsters, because we already know Jay Rockefeller. We know a lot of them. George Bush Sr., reptilian, snakehead himself. That is it, gang. I'm out of time. Okay.